Hi and welcome to another video. Today I'm trying again Invasion of Ikoria plus Death Shadow and Vampire Hexmage. This time I'm trying the Jund version. I already tried a similar version, but recently a player did a pretty good result in the showcase challenge, so I want to try their version. I changed only two cards. I wanted two more Scourge instead of two copies of Traverse because I'm playing only one basic land, so I don't feel like playing three copies of this. And there are a lot of interesting cards in the sideboard as well, just like Slaughter Pact for some reason, that we are going to understand in this league. So let's jump into a league. Round play. This is interesting though. Actually, I want to keep this hand because I can go turn. We get Invasion into play. Yeah, I like it. I'm going to keep. Invasion is good also because it can recover creatures from the graveyard. So even if my vampire dies, I can still get the 88 into play. But I also need to remember that the creature is legendary. Okay, this could be Hammer, I guess. Let's get Blood Crypt. That's a Ragavan though. Yeah, I still thinking going for the Vampire Hexmage plan. I mean, against Hammer, getting an 8/8 into play is pretty good. Stoneforge, yeah, sure. Okay, if they get Caldra now, we are in a bit of trouble though. Yeah, they got Caldra, so I need a removal spell now. I could also go for Ragavan, Dash. Yeah, I like that idea. Stomping Ground is fine. They blocked, interesting. It's actually pretty good for me. Unless they have another copy of Stoneforge. Yeah, sure. Okay. Um, feel like I want to attack and get a Scourge to end the game next turn. Don't play Spell Pierce now. Okay, am I dead? I could be dead, right? Let's see. I still have another invasion to play. I mean, if they go Sigarda plus Hammer, it's obviously troublesome. I mean, I'm just dead if they make that play. Paradise Mantle, okay. It is not doing much actually. Just Bauble. They could have another Spell Pierce, right? Please don't. Okay, thanks. So Scourge is obviously larger. I can go Mishra's Bauble. They have an armor there, okay. Let's get the 8/8 into play. I could deal them 7 damage, it's not good enough though. I need to wait 1 turn. Okay, so I have lethal next turn, but I need to wait at least for now. They have an armor in hand, but they didn't play Sigarda's Aid, so I don't think that they have a Sigarda's Aid. Bolt. Bolt could be good. We have a rich creature that can block the Inkmoth Nexus. Shadow Spear is kinda scary. Yeah, sure. I go down to 2. The damage still remains the same because they enlarged my Death Shadow while shrinking the Scourge. So I think that this is game. Yeah, nice. Pretty good. So against them, kinda want explosives. I obviously want a Haywire Mite. Slaughter Pact could actually be interesting against them. And Alpine Moon to name Saga is fine too, but I need to cut a lot of cards. I think that these card spell are not great. And I could plan on playing a slower game. So like cutting 1 Scourge is fine. We have a lot of ways to get the Scourges into play anyway. Bolt is kind of fine, not amazing though against them. But Thoughtseize. I think this could be a bit better. Maybe could just cut 1 and 1 and keep two copies of Thoughtseize. Just in case they play Sanctifier, I need to get rid of the Sanctifier as soon as possible. Yeah, this could be fine. And we have a lot of green creatures anyway, but Sanctifier is still a problem. Okay, this is a pretty good end. Thoughtseize, Ragavan, removal, shadow. I think this is a keep. Turn 1, I kinda have to go Thoughtseize though. Yeah, I kinda have to go Thoughtseize. I want the Tomb first. Okay, it doesn't matter too much. Okay. It's a saga, yeah. I think I should get rid of that. Where's the saga right now? It's kinda annoying, right? Where's the saga again? Sure. Alpine Moon, please. Tarmogoyf. Okay, so this is our Ragavan turn. And then I'll play the Tarmogoyf probably. Got an Esper Sentinel. I mean, the only problem here is that they're going to make constructs, right? So I could go Death Shadow plus Esper Sentient. I think that's still fine. Yeah, maybe it's a bit better to play two creatures. Next turn I can dash Ragavan, push the construct, play Tarmogoyf. That's good. Wow. Yeah, that was pretty good. This is interesting. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to keep it. We're against R Obosh. So it's not likely for them to play creatures, and I think I have to fetch for a Thoughtseize. A lot of bolts actually, but it's still a keep. Okay. We have a pretty similar end. So I'm going to take the Fury and keep Bolt for the Ragavan. And they're free to bolt me if they want to. Then Ragavan. Sure. I need a shadow as soon as possible. Okay, that works too. That works too. So I'm going to play the fetch buster. Mountain buster. Sure. Tarmogoyf. Perfect. I'm fine taking 2 more damage. They could have removal plus. I mean, I don't think they have removal for Tarmogoyf, to be honest. Fable. Okay, I'm still going to bolt the goblin. Need a land now. That's interesting too. Okay. So they could go 4 damage, sorceries already in the graveyard, so they have to waste 2 removals. Unless they take Flame Slash. Now they can bolt me, but they cannot kill the Tarmogoyf anymore. I need 2 things now. One is a land, another is removal for the Fable. Okay, discard the Blast Zone and the Fury. Okay. So they managed to kill the Tarmogoyf. I need a land now. Ragavan is okay too. Not going to cast that Flame Slash. Next turn I can play my 8/8 unless they go Blood Moon. If they play Blood Moon and keep up Bolt for my Ragavan, it's going to be sketchy. Obosh to end, that's pretty good. Scourge. I think I want to play Invasion now. Yeah, Invasion now is fine. Search library, get the Hexmage, beat Hexmage. Play the creature, pass the turn. They didn't play a land either, so they need... Okay, they're going to bolt me, even if they have R Obosh in hand. Interesting. I'm not sure if they can actually race me. I mean, maybe with all those creatures, they use their bolt. I don't know. So if I play two creatures, I can block here. They make... Because they're going to make three more creatures. But that's my only play, right? I could play a Scourge, pass the turn, and then go for lethal next turn. Be fine too. Keep one more blocker around. Yeah, I think that's a bit safer. It's unlikely for them to kill the Scourge and the dinosaur. Yeah, I'm not going to attack. They could also activate then. They have a... Okay, I'm just dead to that bolt. Nice, nice top deck, I guess. They wasted a bolt and drew another bolt out of this Pyromancer. So I can block three creatures and they can just go then attack me with all and I'm dead. Okay, that's interesting. Because they need a land now to be able to activate then. Why not just going for then? I don't know. I mean, I'm dead to any bolt or anything like that, but otherwise they win. Yeah, sure, stomp. Okay. So, what should I get against them? Might is fine, but yeah, you could get the treasure of Ragavan. I think this is fine, right? Dismember is not great. And Traverse is not great either. I cannot keep this hand, sadly. Okay, this is way better. I don't think I need the bolt. Maybe Might is a bit too slow though. Yeah. Because they can discard anything. They anyway. They have in hand anyway. So this is going to be a Stomping Ground. So I cannot go Mishra's Bauble myself. I mean, I'm still going to. Okay, they will land on top. And I have a fetch land too. It's fine for me to go Thoughtseize now. They only have removal spells. Okay, fine. Going to take the Blood Moon then. So many double-faced creature cards. Okay, so they have 6 cards in hand. 10. Okay. I drew only land, so that's not good already. Do we want to get rid of that bolt in their end? I think so. Yeah, I'm going to. I mean, Ragavan is not going to stick anyway. You see, it's a discard spell for that bolt. Okay. Second, and they have Ragavan off the top. Okay. At least they got rid of one of my lands. I had so many lands on top of my deck. Tarmogoyf. That's a pretty good Tarmogoyf. I mean, it's going to get rid of 2 copies of Flameslash here. Ragavan. Yep. So I only have tombs in my deck, so I'm going to untap. They want to fetch. Let's ball this Ragavan. I could have attacked first, but I think that I want to be sure to get some damage in. Play another fetch, pass turn. Kinda want an invasion now, or something like that. Okay, they go for the double flame slash. Sure. Into tapped land, pass turn. Not going to fetch. Maybe I should have fetched one of those. Another Tarmogoyf, pretty good. I think that I don't want to take any more damage, so I'm just going to leave my fetches up. They have 2 damage in hand, I need to remember that, and they have 2 more damages here, and they could activate then now. Is that a Fury? Okay, Obosh to end. And Bone Crusher into play. Okay. Next turn, that's going to be a lot of damage. It's an invasion though. That's an invasion though. I'm going to attack now, get my 8/8 into play, and that should be game next turn. First of all, I'm going to attack. It's unlikely for them to block here having Obosh in hand. Sure. Okay. Time to pass the turn. So even if they go Obosh, attack me, they need to have another Bolt plus land. And I'm not going to play around that, I guess. Fury, obviously, okay. So they're going to kill my dinosaur. And they take 8 damage. They had the perfect end, it's crazy. So I'm just dead anyway next turn, probably. Cannot kill this one. I need a Terminate for the Obosh. I'm one off. I'm one off. could get Grist. I cannot get Grist because I only have 4 mana. It's just crazy. I need to win this turn, otherwise they are just going to kill me with the ruins anyway. So I think there is no way for me to win. This was so close, and I mean, that surely is a good end. Yeah, what could I get here? Other Tarmo does nothing. I mean, X-Mage is my best bet, but I'm just one short, right? Battle is already in the graveyard. Getting another creature does nothing. Yeah, I think that this is my only chance. That was my only chance, actually. Land is already in the graveyard. Let's concede. Okay, let's keep. Bauble, yeah. So we are facing Breach or Murktide. This is going to be okay. Interesting. Should I bolt them anyway? I don't think so. There's no need to. I think I should play my Tarmogoyf anyway. They're likely going to play Consider now. Okay, they didn't. But they cannot bolt the Tarmogoyf. Ragavan? Sure. So now I'm going to play around Spell Pierce. So I'm going to fetch. I'm going to bolt the Ragavan. Then I'm going to dash Ragavan. DRC. Sure. I think that they're just dead. Yeah, sure. Expressive iteration. Down to 9. Okay, I think you want to dash Ragavan anyway. I can get a creature. They bolt there. Okay, so creature is already in the graveyard. That means that probably I'm supposed to bolt them now. Surveil. Okay. But that was little anyway. So okay. So endurance is kind of interesting. Spell bombs could be good, and I don't think they need anything else here, right? Even spell bomb is okay, but it's a good tool, I guess. What if they play unlicensed theirs? Should I be scared? I mean, I'm playing 6 discard spells. I think that's actually fine. Endurance is okay. I guess I could keep one endurance and try something like this. But cutting one green card against, and if I play endurance is not great, maybe I could cut a bolt. Or Mishra's Bauble even. Let's cut a Street Wraith. Okay, let's keep this one. And I think I'm supposed to bottom Stomping Ground. Okay, I have 2 Ragavans, so I'm going to play 1 Ragavan now. Trying to eat one of their removal spells. Okay, here comes the removal spell. Sure, not eat. They could dash Ragavan now. Yes, okay, they didn't. That means that they have a counter spell in hand, I guess. Let's try to find a discard spell. Okay, we failed. I guess it's better to let them counter Ragavan. I'm kinda scared that they could play Blood Moon. Maybe it was better to go Tarmogoyf now if they go Blood Moon. I don't know. They have a counter spell in their end. It's kinda obvious. Okay, that was a pretty good draw. Yeah, they have a lot of counter spells, I guess. So what should they take here? If I take one counter spell, I mean, I think that Seasoned Pyromancer is the scariest one here. And I should pass turn. Sure. Not going to... Yeah, I'm not going to fetch now. Death Shadow. So I could play 2 creatures. I think that playing Tarmogoyf now and playing Death Shadow is pretty good. Because they're going to attack me and I think I'm going to win the race. So now I play the fetch land. I fetch for 1. I don't want them to kill me with flyers. And I play my small shadow. I kinda hope that they top out next turn. It's unlikely, but that could happen. Unlicensed Thirst, yeah, sure, is a bit too late for that one, I guess. That means that I can freely play my invasion. And that also means that I'm going to shock myself. I already have double green. I think I could need a double red. Plus my invasion as reach. Search library. Vampire Hexmage. Get rid of the invasion. whatever. Okay. I'm just going to attack for 4, and next turn I can attack for much more. Or should I deal 3 more damage to them? I mean, if I'm not supposed to. 4 damage are enough, then I can attack them, deal them 12 damage, yeah, sure. I think that this should be fine. Yeah, they drew a land. So even if they go Shredder, okay, they need, I don't know, even Dress Down is not good enough here. Another Shredder on top. Okay, now they lose another creature. Should they block here? I mean, sure. You know what they have in hand, so there's no elite there. Okay. Okay, this is a good keep. I mean, this is kind of the perfect keep. I'm likely going to play Thoughtseize turn 1 to avoid getting my Ragavan pinged by um, a friend. Let's start by playing Tomb and Thoughtseize them. Guess Kozilek is a bit better, but they have the Death Shadow in hand. They want to lose life points as quick as possible. Okay. So they are playing Rhinos. Okay. So you kind of have to discard Fire Eyes because I don't want them to get to the third land. And then I'll manage to get around Murktide. Yeah, I think that now I'm supposed to play double Mishra's Bauble and pass the turn. Going to get the Triumph. Let's see what they're going to draw. That's a Mystical Dispute, okay. Yeah. I mean, Mystical Dispute is fine card, I guess, against a lot of matchup, but luckily 4R is not good in this matchup. Okay, Misty Rainforest. I kinda want to draw one more anyway. Okay, that's going to be annoying, but at least it's not a land. They're going almost surely to fetch. So another Mishra's Bubble. I think I'm supposed to just dash the Ragavan. And let's see if they're going to fetch first or I'm able to get rid of that Fury. And then I'm likely going to play Kozilek and take the Force of Negation. Just to be able to play Invasion. Okay. So they have no more Fury on top of their deck. Shardless Agent, okay. They have a Crushing Footfalls on top of their deck. Should I play my Death Shadow now just to have a bit more beatdown? They're doing nothing basically next turn. Yeah, I think so. I don't want them to play Murktide too soon. Let's fetch right away. Doesn't matter, right? Dash Ragavan. Play Kozilek. So they need exactly a fetch to play the Murktide, and it's going to be just 5/5, so that's fine. Obviously, if they play a land, I'm just going to play Ragavan, and hopefully they're going to counter it. Okay, there's the land. They go for Murktide? Sure. If they go for Murktide now, I'm just going to play my battle, get an 8/8 reach, and that should be game. Yeah, this is likely Murktide. Okay. Should I fetch 2? Shock 2? I'm down to 6. If they draw Fire Ice to top my 8/8, I'm still at 1. I think it's fine. So many clicks just to have an 8/8 to play. I mean, they could draw Brazen Borrower. They have to chump block next turn anyway, so I don't think they have an out here. Okay. So against Rhinos, I have Chalice, Engineer Explosives, and that's it. You don't think that they're going to bring in the Blood Moons, so... what should I cut? I think the Street Wraith is not great against them. Lightning Bolt is bad too, so I could do something like this. And keep 2 Street Wraith just to play an early Shadow, and Bolt just to go face. I don't think that any of these cards is better. But maybe Bolt is just dead bed. Okay, so this is an interesting one because I have Street Wraith, Thoughtseize, Ragavan, but I think that I have to mulligan at least once to try to get my Chalice. Okay, perfect. Is a keep, I can bottom that one. Russian Footfalls already, yeah, sure. So let's try to fetch for. I mean, turn one, Blood Crypt is the best one because I could draw Ragavan or Thoughtseize out of this Street Wraith. Okay, let's go. Thoughtseize. I'm quite sure that they have a Force of Negation in hand. This was such a good sequencing though. And now we play the Chalice on 0. Do we have another copy? Okay, perfect. So now I'm just going to wait and try to win out of this Grist. Explosives as a side plan here is pretty good too. They missed the land drop. Ooh, okay. This deck feels so good though. I mean, obviously losing to some random mono red Obosh is not great, but against the most popular decks seems to be pretty decent. There's a Fury. Sure, go ahead. I'm just going to play my Grist here, no reason to play Kozilek. And I'm going to fetch for. I think that Stomping Ground is fine. +1. Pass turn. This is like my first time playing Grist. I usually don't play Grist decks. But it's such a cool card, I love it. Okay, I think you can surrender now. Okay, thanks. I mean, 2-0 against the top 3 decks, I mean. Uh, what could I find now? Creativity? I'm just missing the creativity matchup, let's see. Okay, this is a fine keep. If we are facing something like an aggro, this is pretty good. Okay, that could be actually creativity or Murktide, I guess. Kozilek, okay, pretty good. So I'm going to get Blood Crypt first into Kozilek, and then I'll choose if cycling and the Street Wraith is the correct plan. That's creativity. So funny. Okay, so they have a prismatic ending, 2 copies of Leyline Binding, and a Spell Pierce. They already have so many removals, so taking the prismatic ending is doing basically nothing here. I think I'm supposed to take that one. And I'm trying to find bubbles, so let's cycle a bit. Okay. So we have 2 creatures for their 2 removals, and then I'm going to play around creativity with my bolts, I guess. It's not that good, but still something, I guess. Land, pass turn. Sure. So this turn, I think I'm supposed to go Tarmogoyf, because it's unlikely for them to play creativity next turn, obviously. So I kinda want to play Tarmogoyf now and then play Ragavan for 1 mana and keep up Bolt to kill the dwarf tokens. Lilian Binding, I guess. So against creativity, I have explosives. Okay, they go for prismatic ending. Okay, Orvar, explosives. Can have a lot of stuff. Here comes the prismatic ending. That means that I'm able to dash Ragavan. Nice. I don't know if this was the right choice. Okay, let's dash the Ragavan. Vren and 6. Okay, that's pretty good actually. Should I go for a Vren and 6? I have the Terminate to get rid of the Archon. So, yeah, kinda want to get my Vren and 6 into play now. I mean, this is pretty good. If they go Binding on the Vren, that's fine. If they play an Archon, it's still kinda fine. They can just Terminate, Ragavan Dash again, keep up Bolt for another creativity. Or they could just miss a land drop. Yes, they do. Perfect. Okay, now, first of all, I'm going to activate Vren. I think I want to ping them. Then I want to recommend Dash. Binding, sure. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to cycle this Street Wraith or not. Kinda want another card here, but I want to keep up. Only 1 bolt is fine. Yeah, I should probably cycle. And this is going to be a top shock land into Tarmogoyf next turn. It's unlikely for them to have double bolt in hand now. But I think that they have at least 1 bolt in hand. Because they thought about doing something in the end of turn, and they can only cast bolts now. So let's play around at least 1 copy of bolt. This is likely my last fetch land. Don't play Fable, please, that's annoying. Bran, okay. So now you could try to ping me down to 3. Okay, you want the land. That's fine. That's fine. So I think I'm going to bolt Vren, ping Vren, and keep another bolt up. You could go binding though on my Vren. But you kinda have to fetch for a dwarf token now, so it's unlikely. If you go Sacred Foundry just to get rid of the Vren is fine. This is a fetch for 1. Top. Draw. Okay. Ping Vren. Dash Ragavan. A trade here for a dwarf token is fine. Okay, here comes the binding. And that means that's probably just supposed to keep up a bolt, fetch again in hand, their hand step, and that should be fine. Another Vran, huh? Okay. I think I'm going to make the same play. They've Fable too. So Vran is going to ping that dwarf token. And then I could bolt the fairy. The fairy. Yeah, sure. That surely is a problem. Okay. So they cannot say anything to that one. I think I'm just dead now. The fairy was such a good draw, because you cannot kill the fairy, bolting and pinging here. Kinda need to draw something like Ragavan again. Guess ping here, Ragavan dash the fairy, bolt the fairy, keep up Terminate. Do you have enough mana to do all those things? Yeah, actually. Okay, so if they go creativity next turn, just dead to Vren plus Archon. Okay. So another thing I could do is go terminate the dwarf token and kill Vren and hope that they are missing a land in their hand. I think that this is like my best bet. Play Tarmogoyf. And we know about one Archon in their hand. And I still think that they have a Bolt. I could be wrong, obviously, but if they have exactly creativity in hand, then they are likely going to miss the land drop, I think. So let's kill this one. Terminate this one. Play Tarmo. And I think I'm not supposed to play this land yet. So they need exactly land plus creativity to win on the spot. Otherwise, they're going to bounce my Tarmogoyf, draw one, the fairy is down to two. Kinda have to uptick the Vran. Okay, they go for binding. Get a land into play. They have a binding in hand. They actually have the land. Was this the right choice? Because now I'm going to... Because they make a dwarf token to block the Ragavan, that's fine. Yeah. Unless they have creativity too now. This is so dumb. So let's get rid of Ran. Land down to 1. That's so scary. And I'm only playing 1 copy of Terminate, so I think I'm just dead. Okay, another Ragavan. Perfect. I mean, they had the perfect end. I hate creativity so much. It's just a dumb deck. Anyway, let's try to focus and win the game. So Slaughter Pact actually could be good against them. I think that this is my best sideboard plan. Collective Brutality is not that bad either as a discard spell. Dismember is not great. Bolt is better because it can target Planeswalkers too, obviously. Grist is fine, but I don't think that is that good. And do I want these enchantment effects to get rid of the bindings? I don't think so. I think this is fine. This is quite risky, but I could keep. I want to keep this hand. Because if they have exactly Prismatic Ending turn 1, good for them, I guess. But otherwise, Ragavan is going to deal them a bunch of damage. And Scourge is pretty good against them. Slaughter Pact could be pretty good too. So I kind of want to go Street Wraith first. Try to find the land. And then I'm going to shock. I think I want black mana first. I'm going for a Blood Crypt. Into Ragavan. Into Mishra's Bauble. Crack Bauble, pass turn. They have a creativity in hand already. Okay. Give me lands, please. And here comes the prismatic ending, obviously, yeah, sure. So I have an Inquisition of Kozilek to get rid of at least 1 copy of creativity. I need lands though. Or another Ragavan. Should I play another Ragavan? What if they go... I think that Kozilek is better because they could go Ran. They have another binding, creativity, double copy of Fable, and expressive iteration. I think that this game is already doomed. How can I beat that end? Even not missing land drops. I mean, I could have played Tarmogoyf into binding. That's already pretty bad. I kind of have to hope that they are missing. They're going to miss land drops. I have nothing else to do here. So and they go Scalding turn, tapped, pass turn. I mean tapped, they're going to get a Triumph. Okay. Give me land, please. Perfect. I mean, it was kind of a risky keep, but it's unlikely that in my first 4 draws I'm not getting the second land drop. Okay, so this is going to be a Fable. No Fable for them. Okay, interesting. Nice. Binding on the Ragavan, because they want to get rid of my land drops, obviously. It's pretty good play too. So now they just need a land, any fetch land, to win the game. I'm going to play explosives anyway now, because I don't want to play around Spell Pierce later on. I'm just going to cast this Slaughter Pact, to be honest. Here comes the Fable. Okay, at least I have one more turn to get a land drop and play around my explosives. And that's not a land drop, so I'm just dead. I can concede now because they are just going to attack. They're going to attack me and then creativity for at least one. Okay. So it was a pretty interesting league. I think that this deck is pretty good. My last skip was a bit too risky maybe, but the deck showed pretty good performance against the best decks in the meta. So I think that I'm going to play it again soon, and I think that probably the Jund version is a bit better than Sultai. I just want to play more proactive spells like Ragavan and such instead of just keeping up counter spells. But I could be wrong. So thanks for tuning in and see you in the next video.